All right, so Reincarnate as a Sword, episode two is pretty interesting. Um, if I talk about each episode on all the animes, most likely it's gonna be short, but now hopefully I can maybe make it a little bit longer, more information on it. But get my opinion on it because I think episode two is very important. It well, first it start off with just letting us know kind of like the backstory of our character, which I really appreciate. It's very important, which of course is like common sense. It's very important to like really flesh out the main characters. Like, give us like a good sob story. Like, give us a reason why we should care. Give me a reason why like this is very important to us. So, them showing that the situation, what happens with like their type of people that cannot evolve, and the situation that happened to her parents, which, in my opinion, I don't know why, but I thought like instantly like Nafumi and Raftalia from My Hero, my Rising of the Shield Hero. I just thought of that as if Nafumi and Raftalia had a child, this is what it would be. I don't know why, but it just goes along with that. But I thought of that, and I was like, this is pretty good. Okay, her parents passed away. This is the situation she ended up in. It gives us a good basis of like why we should care and what situation she's in, and why it's very important to her to become stronger, and we would want to see her become stronger to overcome what has happened in her past. So it gives a lot more of a connection that way, and I really like that. So that whole beginning part is pretty good. I really appreciate that part, and then of course, to get introduced into a town, like typical, you end up helping someone or something happens, but she ended up saving a carriage with some people in, I think two people in it really, and helped them out. And I was like, okay, cool. We can see her ability a little bit, and she was merciless. She took them out like it's nothing. So, but one thing that I really liked is that when they showed us in the beginning of the discrimination, the issues that their parents had, and her kind has, right off the bat, after she's saved someone's life, she's already getting disrespected and looked down on by like that thing or person that cares, which I think is a very important person. That which they typically, I've seen this before, where you'll have the important someone important that's gonna be kind of influential in the character's progression, and they would already be introduced very early on, and then later on they would show up again and like have the same type of attitude and discrimination like towards them, even though they saved their life. So you have more sympathy of, hey, this person should be a lot more grateful, but they're not. So they have we have that. I like that. I said, oh, it's fine. That's just something that I seen. I could be wrong. I'm just trying to predict like what's gonna happen, but you have some discrimination there, but I expected it. Always is usually the beast, or like kind of the beast or wolf kin kind of person animal, that in anime that usually gets disrespected. Normally, the half breeds and stuff like that, demi humans, and then all the other ones are usually have like superiority. It's mainly because of strength, really, and like political power and how much you can really do. But it's typical to come, and of course she goes to a town. They want to eat and stuff, but in order to get some money and do some things and have some fun, they need to, of course, join a guild. Which I was like, okay, cool. We found the guild. We found our guild girl that's across the counter. Typical stuff. So I like that. That was pretty interesting. What made it really cool is that she had to do a battle with the with one of the people there that controls like the entrance exam. So she has to have the battle with the guy. And one thing that like really got me was right when they went into town, he appraisal. He used the appraisal. He used the skill appraisal, and I think it's that one. And checked out all the other swords and how strong they were. Which he was thinking he was the best, but they were all pretty up there. I don't remember what his score was, but the way he was acting, they were either close or really past him on attack and stuff like that. But I think, of course, you already know what makes him stand out is the intelligence part, that he can think, and it has magic, and he has magic. So she can cast magic, he can cast magic, and two things could happen at once. So she could fight barehanded while the sword's helping her fight, and they're both casting magic. So that's like the different level of it. So I think, of course, he's beyond OP, and I'm sure he's gonna get like a level boost later on. But um, That was pretty funny when you realize that he's not really like the biggest and best and rarest item out there, but everything else is pretty unique. And then yeah, the battle that she had with him, I liked it. It showed some what's possible. The animation, it was pretty nice. The animation was pretty nice, good colors. The sound was pretty good. And then the opponent she was fighting with, he was definitely tough, but it was pretty funny. I really liked the dude, but of course she wins. She's using magic, and she's kind of like going OP a little bit, and they always see her, which is a weird thing that anytime the guild finds out, oh look, you have unbelievable S class or the highest tier hero kind of magic casting and or forgotten magic, yeah, we're gonna start you in like G League. We're gonna start you right at the bottom. Like you're not gonna shoot all the way up to where you're supposed to be if you're using these type of skills. We're gonna start you on the bottom. Go fight some goblins. Go pick some plants and stuff. They always start you at the bottom for some reason. So it's weird that's a common thing. But I don't know why they don't just shoot you straight up and you start getting dealt with the craziness. But I guess you got to build it up. So it is what it is. But of course, there's always somebody hating in the guild, someone that doesn't like you, someone that wants your money or something like that. We got a little bit of that going on. And so there was some discrimination, a little bit more discrimination on that end of her getting hate on, and of course them trying to rob her. And she had a lot of money, which was a crazy amount that they would got from those rewards. I'm just like nuts. And they only sold like the low level and mid tier stuff. I can't imagine the high tier what they'd be selling. Like I said, they should already be up there in S class heroes, but yet they're already at the bottom in the beginning. For what? To build the story out. One thing that really got me for this episode that I really wanted to talk about was her straight up cutting his legs off. That right there was savage. He was just making fun of her, this, and that, and then said, "You're not the." And then she just cut his legs off. Like, whoa! And it was graphic. Like you got to see it, and I'm like, whoa! Like she's about that. Like this is how far she's willing to go. Like she's not playing around. And the sword had he had no idea what happened, so he can't sense his magic being cast. It's like her magic and his it's basically her magic that she just used to basically hurt him. And she's cutthroat. She went straight yeah, you're not gonna be able to walk ever again. That's crazy. I really like that. I like that the character is willing to go that far because all the stuff that we see in the beginning, of course, with all the monsters and everything, like people getting eaten up, but she's willing to go that far. She has no hesitation on getting to that level if it needs to be there. And in this situation, it really didn't have to. But if it needs to get there, she could easily bring it up. Like she could turn it up a couple notches. And I really like that part. I said, wow, this main character ain't she's not about playing. She wants to get stronger, and you're not about to tell her nothing. So she might get a little power hungry though. So that's the one thing she might have to learn to. She seems sweet and everything, but she might get power hungry because just to cut a man's leg off like that with no hesitation, nuts, man. She got to be like emotionally stunned or something. That was tough. And then of course at the end we got like a blacksmith. They're talking about armor and everything, and then a guy, typical old man, big beard, short, got have a has a bandana on his head. That's the blacksmith. So he did like some kind of appraisal stuff and seen it was an intelligent weapon, which from the way he's talking, it looks like it's rare where you will probably never find one, but it's not impossible. And there are probably more like him out there. And if there is, that's gonna be very interesting, especially if they have like a whole an evil intelligent weapon, like a guy that's kind of like more on the evil side, and he's with like someone that's evil also. So they're just it's basically like your polar opposite of the main character. So I think it's gonna be very interesting if he goes down that route. I would like to see how that goes. Hopefully, it's not like cookie cutter. Like okay, well, he has this power, I have this power. I hope it's kind of like different variations of their power. How strong they are, of course, is gonna be different. But I want to see different kinds of power. If you're more on the let's kill these monsters and use it for like this, and that, and then the evil route's like, yeah, we could use that power like this, but we use it like this because it does a lot more damage and it hurts a lot more. So I like to see that like slight twist into like the whole magic and how they have the spell casting and everything else. But And that, I think episode two was pretty interesting. I liked it, especially when she got to that point when she cut the dude's leg off, and I'm like, okay, cool. She's willing to go there, no problem. And I think it's so far I'm really liking the anime, and it's only episode two, and I know it's gonna be in my like top three because Mob Psycho's up there. But yeah, that's gonna be like in my top three to watch of watching every week. So, but yeah, that's episode two.